What's up everyone, welcome back to Beyond AR TV. It's time for another episode of my weekly series 7 on Sunday. Happy Easter to everybody out there that celebrates. Today I'm going to be talking about 7 songs that I'm just never able to bring myself to skip on shuffle. When you're going through your music library, whether it be on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, even YouTube, wherever you save your music to, you know that there are those songs that pop up and you just can't bring yourself to skip and glaze over them because they're that important, or they're that catchy, or they're that euphoric for you. Let me know what you think of the playlist in the comment section down below. Let me know songs that you can never skip over as well, and you can always leave suggestions for future episodes of 7 on Sunday. Please drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Other than that, let's get right into 7 songs that I can never skip.
Help me get away from myself. I wanna fuck you like an animal. I wanna feel you from the inside. I wanna fuck you like an animal. My whole existence is flawed.
Up first on the list today, we have a cut from the Downward Spiral by 9 Inch Nails. The track is Closer. This is one of their breakout hits off of their sophomore album, and Trent Reznor has such an ability to craft a mood, a dark aura. And this song is so ominous, and it might not strike you as a song that, you never skip on shuffle, but this is one, every time it comes up, you hear those initial drums, and then just the you let me violate you. The way this track roars to life so slowly is mesmerizing. It's truly hypnotic in a way. You pay so close attention to those noises that started off, and then that synthesizer just slowly starts to work its way in. And then Reznor's voice gets a little bit more aggressive as he sings, "Help me." And then the chorus of the song rolls around, and it's very maddening in a way. And you hear those dark, almost industrial synthesizers and the guitars in the background. It lingers and leaves an impression on you, especially during the instrumental breaks and the sections of the song that just go for a while, kind of repeating phrases, and that slow part of the song that really breaks it down, and then it finally just pulls it all back together. And in the meantime, you're left almost feeling like you're in a dark hospital ward somewhere that's been abandoned for years, and you're surrounded by the ghost of all these things that you don't know. It's a song that has so many features to it that how could I skip it?
Fucking bros like I be fucking bored. Turn a dyke bitch out, have a fucking bars. Peace.
I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem.
Number 6, A$AP Rocky featuring Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and 2 Chainz. This might be an unexpected song for some people to see on my channel, like, oh wow, John's got kind of a mainstream rap track on here. Of course I do. Fucking Problems is just absurd in the best way. It's so outlandish, and the whole title of the song, it's just like, you got a fucking problem, but it's like, they take that and they make it quite literal, like, I can't stop having sex. Drake's verse on this is absolute fire. I don't care what anybody says, and that Beatle reference, obviously on point. I like A$AP Rocky here. He's got a great energy about him. And then obviously Kenny K. Dot closing it out with another fantastic verse. Even 2 Chainz kills it on the hook. It might be silly, it might be gimmicky, but come on, it's so much fun. And every time I hear that opening kind of soulful, ooh, 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 you know it's time to really just let the bop fly.
Until you realize that you should go. Come in misery where you can seem as old as your omens. And the mother we share will never keep your proud head from falling. The way is long, but you can make it easy on me.
Do I even need to explain why this one is here? This song is so addictive. You keep coming back to it, and all these years later on my Spotify account, this was the first song that I ever saved to my song collection and my saved collection on Spotify, and it is the only track that is still there from way back in the day when I first signed up. I go through all the time, clear out tracks. That one is still there, so it's saved to like my main cycle of music. That just says something right there about the song's quality. Lauren Mayberry, the lead singer of this trio's voice, is sampled at the beginning of this track, and it's catchy right off the bat. I love the synthesizers there and the programming and just the way that they drop into it. You just want to play the synth along to the entire song, and her voice here is so comforting in a way, especially during the chorus where it really hits a big swell, and the way that it moves so smoothly into it, it's one of the best that I have ever heard. Then the bridge of the track is comforting in a way too, because it's like, and when it all fucks up, you know, everything's falling apart, there's still gonna be someone that's here for you at the end of the day.
If I fall, if I die, know I lived and missed some bullets. I'm on the pursuit of happiness, and I know everything that shine ain't always gonna be gold. Hey, I'll be fine once I get it.
My number 4 choice was my anthem, junior and senior year of high school. This came out in the spring of my junior year, I believe, and everybody was listening to it. I remember that we had our alternative to a dance because I went to a Christian school. We had a banquet instead, and afterwards everybody was hanging out, and they all came to my house. I think my parents were out of town, and this track came on, and that was like the first time that I had ever experienced it. One of my friends had pulled it up on YouTube, and I was just captivated. I didn't really get into a ton of music like that, but I obviously did have some love for MGMT. I knew their album, Oracular Spectacular, some of their hit songs, and obviously I wanted to see what they did on the track because I saw on the YouTube thing that my friend had pulled up, it said featuring MGMT, and I'm like, what? The song perfectly combines Kid Cudi's energy with an alternative vibe, and the beat here is so chill, so relaxing, and then that smooth guitar solo, it's almost Santana levels of smooth. My God, this song pops off still to this day. I love it. You want to sing along, even though it encourages some very bad messages. Do not drink and drive, kids, but, you know, let everything that you touch turn to gold, and let that be a metaphor for you. Make things better in life.
I'm tired and thinking cold. I hide in my music, forget the day, and dream of a girl I used to know. I close my eyes and she slipped away.
For the longest time, this was my wake-up song. This was my alarm clock. This is the song that starts your day. Those peppy, energetic riffs, and the feeling of Boston in the morning. More than a feeling. This is a song that has transcended what it originally was and has been passed on from generation to generation because of such a good quality about it. It's a sunshiny vibe, and it's more than a feeling, quite obviously. This is one that if you crank this on in the car and your friends aren't singing along, stop the car, make them get out, and continue driving. Many people would argue that I should have put Mr. Brightside in number 1 on my list, but honestly, I feel like that's just jealousy. Oh, come on, you know I still love Mr. Brightside to death. This is a song that I can never get enough of, and with this list in general, don't take it as like these are the only 7 songs that I can never skip over, and even putting them in order, it's kind of trivial in a way. I mean, it's 7 on Sunday, it's a countdown show, obviously I have to put some order to it, but don't take it to heart like, oh my God, he thinks that his number 2 pick is so much worse than his number 1 pick. That's not the case at all. I fucking love Mr. Brightside. This is a timeless song that you want to learn every single word to so that you can belt it out. I think back to Spectrum Pulse and when we met up and did a carpool karaoke with my girlfriend Hannah and we all belted this one out, and then Mark stole the show.
But it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me.
We've all been there. We've all felt that heart-wrenching pain of the lust for somebody that we can't have. And this song expresses that in all the right ways. Brandon Flowers writing this song so early in their career. I mean, he was like under 20, I believe, when he wrote this song. What am I doing with my life? He has a song that everybody in the world seems to love, and I can't even get 100K on YouTube. We finally reached the top of the mountain, the pinnacle, number 1. It's a track by M83. It was a sleeper hit in the US. It charted at number 73, I believe, on the Billboard Hot 100. It's called Midnight City, off of the 2011 release, Hurry Up, We're Dreaming. This is a producer known as Anthony Gonzalez. M83 is his alias, and that album in general was very, very special. I love the music on that, but obviously this song was the smash sleeper hit here. Most people know this song, or at least recognize it. I think it was used in a lot of commercials and even TV shows and movies too, and it has the perfect blend of like the 80s and nostalgia and everything like that. It just makes you want to go out and drive. Midnight City, I mean, that is the perfect name for this song. And let me tell you, I had to put this at number 1 because I don't think I have ever skipped this song when it comes on. I don't care what mood I'm in, this can lift me out of said negative mood or whatever it is, or if I'm in the mood to hear something sad or I'm listening to slower music and this pops up, I cannot pass it by because those verses are so smooth. And then that horn-filled euphoric chorus and then just the instrumental breakdown at the end of the song as it fades away into the distance. I just feel like I'm watching the closing credits to an 80s movie, and that is the best feeling in the world. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of 7 on Sunday. Be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. If you're able to, please support me on Patreon. It's the top link down below. It helps videos like this keep coming on a monthly basis on both of my channels. You can head directly to my Patreon page by tapping that little annotation stuffed over in the corner of the screen right there. If you want to see last week's episode of 7 on Sunday, tap right over here, or another recent video I posted on the channel right over here. All of my social media links that you see here can be found in the description down below, and other than that, I'll see you very soon right here on Beyond AR TV.